everyone, and welcome into my Rise of Kingdoms channel. To be honest, today this one is just gonna be like a brief video about something interesting that went on, and I actually thought about it whenever I wanted to make a video about this thing or just like let it go. It's definitely not gonna make my image look any better, but the truth is it's something very much needed that has happened, and I don't want to hide after the idea that I'm like perfect or something like that, or like I'm the best. I don't want to just show into this channel only like my victories, but I also want to show my losses. So what I actually wanted to show is that we had the what's it called, the Mightiest Governor event, and today we had the Eliminate Enemies event. And so I was looking for someone to duel basically, and Jonika, who is from 3208, and I'm just gonna show her to you right now. She's an amazing person, by the way. She is 66 million power with 2 billion kill points, and she offered to help me out with that, and she gave me like such a great offer that I just could not refuse it. Her offer was that she would send 50,000 troops to fight against my 200,000, just to make up for the difference in power and everything else. So immediately I said that I accepted, and I thought to myself, I should be more than able to kill someone who has only 25% of the troops that I have in a single march. So you might be thinking, how did it go? And I'm telling you, you might have seen from the title, but this thing will still surprise you. So this is like the first fight that we had. I had gone with Charles Martel and Ethelflaed. Normally, like, my best march is Charles Martel and YSG, or Charles Martel and Sun Tzu. I don't even know why I picked Ethelflaed there. Like, I wasn't thinking, because I've been farming barbs like so much that I just went with Ethelflaed instead. I don't know why. Like, that was like a huge mistake. But that being said, the difference is still terribly huge. Like, it's humongous. It's astronomical. This is like the first fight, as you can see, man. I'm telling you, this thing just went on in decline, and you can basically see the difference here. She destroyed me. She literally destroyed me. I managed to wound 300, like only like 3,000 from her troops, and she basically wounded like 30,000, which is like 10 times more, while having only 25% of the army that I had. Now that thing, I'm not gonna say it blew me apart. Like, I knew there was gonna be like a huge difference in KVK 3, because I still, for those who know, I still do not have the commanders of Season of Conquest. I still do not have Scipio, I still do not have Liu Che, and I'm actually saving all my gold stars and gold heads to actually upgrade them as much as I can, and that's why I haven't exactly invested into better commanders. So, but I thought that Charles Martel would have been like more than sufficient by having 4 times the troops, and she basically just showed me like a whole new dimension of power. She basically showed me what, just like a glimpse, like a small glimpse of power. Like, if she had gone with 200k units or more, I would have just been devastated. That the difference would have been just even more insane. But even so, it's literally terrifying. This is the second fight that we had, and I sent my Martel and Sun Tzu. Now it went slightly better, I would say, with my Sun Tzu rather than my Ethelflaed, because my Sun Tzu is actually the well, maxed out, I guess. And still the difference was humongous. As you can see, she's still basically like I did. Technically I would say slightly better than the last time, but you can still see like that the numbers are just still too goddamn big, and it's still the same deal. Like, I have 200k troops and she has 50k. Anyway, she has the tier 5, so of course they do matter. Like, I wanted to put that in perspective as well. The tier 5 do matter. That being said, though, the difference was still just too goddamn big, and I don't know, man. Like, I for a moment I felt like that thing was just too sad to watch. But to basically sum this one up, because it's not gonna be like a long video, it should be like 8 minutes in total, I believe. But it was a reality check. Like, truth be told, I didn't exactly get upset over it because I knew that there was going to be like a difference. I guess more than upset, which wasn't the case, I got what you might call surprised. Like, I just didn't accept that huge of a difference. So that being said, looking at these reports, it just reminds me of the long road ahead that I have, but it also showed me how more amazing I can be if I just manage to get my city and everything else in there. So it was more of a motivation rather than a desperation moment for me, because I thought to myself, this is the difference between someone having 70 million power and someone having 24 million power, and someone having tier 5 and me not having tier 5, and someone having maxed out technology and me not having maxed out technology, and so much more, or maybe VIP levels and more and more. Like, all of this basically made me reflect of the huge road ahead that I have to go. Of course, I knew that there was much work to be done. I knew that my city would take maybe like another year just to get back into like to get into like a better position to be really powerful for Season of Conquest. But this thing basically just opened my eyes of how much work there is to be done, and how I really cannot be satisfied at whatever I got right now. Like, whatever I got going right now is good enough, meaning that I'm way better than whatever I was in KVK 2, but it still sucks or isn't good compared to the rest of the players. And even more so, I would call, if I could basically call her like a whale, maybe it's like too much, but for KVK 3 being 70 million power, I believe that you are a whale. So maybe small whale, but definitely a whale. So in my opinion, I feel like this basically just shows the huge difference between us. And first of all, I want to thank Jonika about the amazing opportunity that she gave me to duel her. Even though it was for an event, she was more than happy to help me, not once but twice. I really want to help her, and she is a very nice person. Like, I want to put that into perspective. I want to go just a little bit to the chat, because she actually knows about my YouTube channel, and she was like, include me in your video, which I told in the Kingdom chat that I was not gonna do a YouTube video of me losing for sure. But in the end of the day, I guess I just changed my mind. I thought to myself, I'm gonna be showing my best parts into this channel and my worst parts. Like, I want people to know just how much more work I gotta put in just to be at the place where I want to be in this game. So at the end of the day, I just, and she even made me like an even more insane offer, by the way. She told me, let me come with 20k. And she basically offered to fight 2000k of my tier 4 with only 20k of her troops. Now for sure, 100%, I'm pretty goddamn sure that I would have won that, even though I would have won it with like humongous casualties. So still, she would basically win, but I would just basically like kill her march. But she would still like win in the trade. Like, I know about that, but I would have at least managed to zero her march out. But I told her, nah. Like, I declined it. I was like, if I want to even fight for the ruins, I would rather stop fighting with you right now. And I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do at the ruins. I know that I'm gonna be sucking hard, but I also know that I want to be as prepared as I can for this. So I have right now at least like 1.5 days of healing, maybe a bit less if I include the fact that I'm being helped by the Alliance. But yeah, like this basically was the whole update of the video. It was like a really scary moment, but at the same time eye-opening as to the amount of work that I just gotta put in. The fact that it's not enough. Like, I'm nowhere near being enough right now. So it's a long road ahead of us. I'm still gonna continue with my plan, which is I'm still gonna wait for my CPO and Liu Che before I can waste my gold heads and gold stars. Like, I really want to get those guys, but I know for sure that the KVK 3 is going to be really hard for me, and I hope that by the end of this KVK, whenever I get my CPO and my Liu Che, I can maybe show up with some better traits. That being said, that's all from me, Avermania. I will see you into the next video, and I appreciate everyone watching this video up till this point. Like and subscribe if you want to support me, that is very much appreciated, and I'll see you to the next one. Peace.